So, Mahogany, can you give us some information on you and what you do?
Yes. So I started taxes back in 2007 because 2016 was my first year I prepared taxes under another friend of mine, colleague. She's actually a CPA. Um, and just was numbers has always been my thing. So I was just interested. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she presented it to me like, oh, you can make some money on the side. Okay, cool. So did that, love it. I love it. I love what I do, but I love ultimately helping people. And what I figured out really quick is I am good with people who are starting out to help them build a solid foundation. Because what happens is, people want to jump out in the ocean, right? Instead of like really trying to get their feet wet. And they don't have the tools or they don't have the foundations. And then when big money comes, they sink every time it sinks, it falls apart. So I like to go in and literally like hold their hand to a certain extent, be like, no, we got to do this. You got to get those records straight. You got to make sure you're ready for tax time. You got to meet deadlines. You got to cut back on your personal expenses and start out with, is your entity filed in the right corporation? Like people want to be an S corp, they don't even understand what that means or what that entails. And everything comes with money. Like you got to have money to run a business. And I think this is where a lot of especially minority companies that I deal with, they suffer and they don't have to if they just listen and take the time and pretty much cut back for a minute, just establish their company the way they need it to be. So that's what I do.